The other day, I bumped into a dodgy genie. He only gives one wish. And he said, what do I want to wish for? And I said, I want my penis to touch the ground. I got my wish. The fucking bastard chopped my fucking legs off. Yeah, my mate told me that joke. I just had to share it. Right, now to the subject in hand. James Bond, No Time to Die. Now, when I watched it, about 2.5 hours worth of it, I had my expectations quite low because I've heard different things about it. I'm not going to give any spoilers. It's more of what I thought of the film. Yes, not a lot of people like the ending of it. Well, I'm sorry to say, the ending was the least of its trouble. As I said, that this was a 2.5 hour film. Pretty most of it was boring. I thought it was boring. You know, there was, it started off quite slow. Then, before the worst thing about the film was fucking, they have the opening credits, with that awful song by Billie Eilish, whatever her name is. Probably one of the worst Bond themes I've ever heard. Well, it goes straight in with the film then, doesn't it? Yeah, I wasn't keen on the film. I wasn't keen at all. It started off quite slow, then it sort of built up, a little bit of action, yeah, oh wow, yeah, and after that, and all the way through the film, it was just so slow. There was just nothing there, really. You compare it to like a Sean Connery Bond film, or a Roger Moore Bond film, or a Timothy Dalton Bond film, or even Pierce Brosnan Bond film. There just seems more going on. There's more action. It gets to the plot so much quicker than this. Oh my god! And what makes it worse? It's a continuation from the last Bond film. It's a continuation from Spectre, so it's a fucking long ass film. Even Spectre wasn't brilliant, but it's just, I don't know, it was just too long, too boring. Okay, if you think it's a good film, then that's fair enough. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, and I'm having mine if you like it or not. I didn't like it. I think it's one of the worst Bond films I've ever seen. I even have to say, I thought it was on Her Majesty's Secret Service. At least there was more action. At least there was more going on, even though George Lazenby was a shit Bond. There was more going on. There was much more action. There was action, but not much. There was not much action. And now I thought something was going to happen at the end, but as I say, I'm not going to give any spoilers. If you want to watch it, watch it. Just in case you haven't watched it, I'm not going to give any spoilers. The ending. Now, I was warned, if I didn't like On Her Majesty's Secret Service, I won't like this. And that is correct. Yeah. Let's say something happens to Bond. Yeah, I'm not going to say what happens to Bond, but let's say something happens to him. And it looks very likely that we're going to get a female 007 for the next, well, lot of films. Yeah. I was totally disappointed. I probably, out of all the Daniel Craig Bonds, that was probably the worst. And I wasn't overly keen on any of his films, actually, any of his Bond films. There's no iconic moments in any of his films. You know, See No Roll, but then it was followed up by a Quantum of Solace. It just seems like they're continuing, you know, where the older Bonds was just a standalone film. And it didn't last, I think it lasted just over 2 hours at most. But this lasted for 2.5 hours. And I was pretty much bored with most of it. I might have to give it another watch just to watch it properly, but I don't think I want to. It was that boring. I was bored. Never thought I would say that about a James Bond film. I mean, as I said, the other ones weren't great, but they were watchable, I suppose. But this, I can't watch that again. I'd probably just die of boredom if I watch it again. Yeah. I mean, if you like James Bond and you haven't seen, excuse me, if you haven't seen it yet, give it a watch. I'm not going to say don't watch it, because that's not me. You know, this is me, what I'm personally thinking, what I personally thought of the film. I don't speak behalf of anybody else. I only speak behalf of myself. I just didn't like it. Didn't like it at all. And I probably would say that's the worst Bond film I've ever watched. Some people say it's the best Bond film they ever watched. Well, I don't. Well, that's your opinion. If you think that, okay. To me, I'll definitely go to say that's the worst Bond film I've ever seen. And I don't particularly want to watch anymore, especially if there's going to be a female 007. I'm done. I'm done with it. I'll stick to my classics. I'll stick to the classics, the Roger Moore, the Timothy Daltons, the Sean Connerys, and the Pierce Brosnan ones. I'll stick to them. They're the best ones for me. I can watch them over and over again, and they never get boring. But this, I don't think I could ever watch that again. I was bored. I didn't like the ending. All I can say, Ian Fleming will probably turn in his grave if he saw that. Probably so would Cubby Broccoli. They would turn in their graves if they saw that. That's all I've got to say. If you want to watch it, watch it. As I said, I'm not giving away any spoilers, but I don't like it. Anyway, going to end this now. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time, and goodbye.